Yes, gotcha! Happy Yeti. Just done the switch bait. There's a big squid coming up on my scaly. So I've just dropped my squidge again. It's not caught on my drive. Give it a second. There he is. Gotcha. Fresh, local squid, no doubt about it. Absolute best sambo bait there is. Good size too. So I'll probably have squid tube for dinner and tentacles for bait. So that's not the type of jig you usually catch a squid on.
What's got this time?
Squid.
Oh,
On a micro jig.
that's pretty cool.
Don't you squirt me, squiddy.
Poor Carol here, poor Carol here.
Squid on a micro jig. Go figure. Tuesday. What's Tin-Yetti cooking today? Alright, so I've got my tubes here. If you're unsure of how to get to this stage, check out my other video, which I'll post a link to here, of cleaning squid. It's a very easy task. I'm just going to do a bunch of different ways just for the fun of it. I like to nick off that little bit at the front. It's still edible. I'll leave it in there. Kids will eat it. So we'll do some rings. Everybody loves a squid ring. I like to keep them nice and small. And then I'm gonna do some strips. So using that line where the backbone came out of, just running my knife straight up that, opening her out, and then doing pretty much the same. Nice thin pieces this way. And I'm literally just doing different cuts just for the fun of it. You can have it however you like it. It doesn't really change all that much in what we're going to do after this. And with my second tube, I'm going to do some pineapple cut, which I think I showed that in the other video, but anyway, if you didn't watch the other video, we'll do it now anyway. So essentially to do pineapple cut on the inside, so inside where the guts are, we just score. So using a sharp knife, not cutting all the way through, just lightly. The smaller, closer together you do your cuts, the tighter it'll roll when you cook it. But I'm not going to be too fussy about it. If you want to be super fussy, then you can do super straight lines or something silly like that, but I'm not going to. That, and then we turn it 90 degrees and come back across them all. So we got a little checker plate pattern happening. I'm also holding my knife on a slight angle, so I'm actually undercutting a little bit there. Now, if you really wanted to, you could leave that hole and cook it like that, and the whole thing will come up into a ball. It's probably a bit big to do that with. So I'm then going to cut it into, I was going to do halves, but I might do thirds. Straight down the length. So there's that checker plate pattern that I was talking about. Straight down the middle and then just into chunks. Now the reason I don't normally do this at home is because I don't normally deep fry at home. So they cook up really nicely. You'll see when we get to that stage. It's a bit better for deep frying in this style. Whereas if you're going to shallow fry it, it doesn't work so well because it curls up and then it doesn't sit on the heat anymore. So if you're going to just pan fry with a bit of oil, I wouldn't recommend doing this way. If you've got a deep fryer or you want to do, I'll do a home style deep fryer today, which I very rarely do, but I'll do it for you guys. then yeah, go for the pineapple cut. Just looks fancier. And we'll get in there and have a look at that. Alright, Tin-Yetti salt and pepper squid. In here I have 2 egg whites. I'm just going to give them a little bit of a beat, just to break them up a bit, so that they can coat better. Just so they're like that. Let them get out of the light. And chuck that on the squid. Might have needed 3 looking at how much squid there is, but that's alright. And then I've got just plain flour. Ideally it works better if you've got something like potato flour or corn flour. They work better, or you can get proper tempura mixes. Plenty of cracked pepper, obviously. Good amount of salt. Give it a mix. A bit more pepper. Then I'm going to keep them separate as we go over here. So we'll just do one little test bit, chuck it in the flour. And drop it in. Looks like it's going to be alright. Doesn't take long at all. Because you got that egg on there, comes up crispy. Not about that long, and out on paper. Alright, so now I know that it's good temperature, we can do some more at a time. And as you saw, I've got all different shapes and sizes in there, which is of course going to make it fun. Should have thought about that, but I didn't. I'll just put squid on my wall. So just lifting them out, shaking the flour off, most of it. Chuck them in a few pieces at a time. So there she is, first batch. So I forgot to say at the start, just sort of shallow frying. It's not really quite deep frying because I don't want to use that much oil. I don't really deep fry that often at home anyway. So there it is. I could pretty it up with some chopped chili and some spring onions and whatever else you want to garnish it with, but I can't be bothered. Because it's good just like this. A bit of lime or lemon, a little dippy of teriyaki sauce. Winning. Chuck it on a salad. See you next Tuesday. See you next Tuesday, or on the water. Alright, so I've got my tubes here. Mental blank. Can use the tentacles as well, but I like to use them for bait. So, wait till the airplane goes away. I live near the airport, by the way. Got me.